Hey guys, what's up? It's Thunder here once again, and I'm gonna show you the fastest way to level past level 85. All you need for this is 525 cooking, some patience, automatic quest turn-in add-ons help a lot, as well as setting your key bindings to interact with target. You're gonna eventually want to go into interface and use sticky targeting if you do not already. This was my first run doing this. I've never done it before. I just researched it, did a couple things, got all prepared, made my macros, and did what needed to be done. And this is actually my first attempt at this, and I'm filming it. So I'm kind of new to this as well, but I found out that it's the fastest XP in the game, and I wanted to give it a shot and prove to you guys if it is or is not. And as you can see, I was fresh 85, never done Pandaria quests, nothing. People say that BOAs help, they do not. People say that BOAs still give you XP at 85, they are disabled, I'll tell you that right now. I had the helm, the cape, and the legs, which all scale 1 to 85, and they said the XP still remains until you hit 86, and it does not. The only XP boost there is your guild XP. These quests also do not give you progress towards your achievements as quest turn-ins, daily quests, and they also don't count for rep or guild activity. But on the bright side, they are about 26k XP per turn-in. You can make a ton of profit. You just have to have gold to invest. I invested about 12k gold to go from 85 to 86, and after everything I bought sells on the auction house, I've made probably about 36k. So it's quite a good profit. I mean, it's close to 300% regardless. The only thing you have to do is you have to complete the 6 starter quests in the Pandaria styles. Once you do that, you could go back to the guy I'm talking to at the moment. He'll give you a quest to go to the kitchen container vendor and buy the one he requests, and come back and the daily quest will be unlocked. Like I said, this is the fastest way I've ever leveled. Besides, I mean, I had to buy everything off the auction house on my alt, send it over. I did a little bit of research, trying to find out what's the cheapest things to buy for the quest and what sells the most to get the most return for the quest. So that took a little bit of time, but I can use that all the way up to 90. The longest part was putting them in containers, but all I did was open my mailbox. I pre-purchased all the containers, so I just sat at the mailbox, opening mail, and just keep tapping my macro to automatically using containers of that sort to make them in the bundles. And what you do for this quest is you just turn in bundles of groceries. It's pretty simple. It took me maybe 40 minutes total to buy and put them all in containers. I mean, that seems like a lot of time of mindless button mashing, but you gotta realize 13 mil XP in 8 minutes, plus, or 40 minutes if you count in everything, plus making gold at the same time. That's a pretty dang good way to level, in my opinion. If you don't have the gold to invest, you could check out other guides, or I even have a extremely good guide. It's top rated in the world at the moment, and my link, she's probably one of the best money makers I know. Besides that, this is really simple stuff, guys. You almost can never go wrong with this. The only thing is you have to click that quest and your fingers will get tired, and just make sure you have your interact key binding set up so you talk to that guy, you don't have to click him every time, and make sure you have your add-ons. And besides that, you're getting probably a good 2 mil XP per minute, or close to it. It's insanely good. I've gotten 515 iron paw tokens by the end of this, and you just buy either 100-year-old soy sauce, black peppers, or any of the other vanity items if you want those, or an apron, because an apron is the only other thing in the cooking set that is sellable on the auction house. But besides that, yeah, there's not much to this. It's really simple, really easy to figure out, and I just figured I'd make a guide for it so it's a lot easier for people who don't know about it or don't know how to do it or just want to know where it's at. And if you don't know how to get to where I'm at or where I'm at, if you've played anything in Pandaria, you should know, because it's the only place that looks like this in the game. It's just so colorful, and just it just makes me happy inside. It really does. It enlightens my soul. But anyways, you have to go from Jade Forest, where you port in. I mounted here. You can have a friend fly you. You can walk it backwards. You can skip. You can hold hands with a bear and get here. I don't care. The only thing that matters is you have to go through Jade Forest, and then you go about halfway up, make a left, you'll cross a bridge, and then you'll pretty much be in the Valley of Four Winds, and you go to Half Hill. Just make sure you don't die. There's a bunch of huge Easter bunnies running around. They will eat your soul. I found out the hard way. They hurt, especially the level 87 elite ones. They think you're a giant carrot. But yeah, as you can see, I have pretty decent sized bags, so it was a little bit quicker for me. After you get all the bundles, you could probably store, I want to say, about 2,000 bundles if you use up all your bag slots and you have like 22 slaughters or so. It takes about 4,200 quest turn-ins to hit 90. People are probably like, what in the world? That's insane. But I made 500 containers and got all the mats for them and turned them in within 40 minutes of playtime. So, and I did over 500. So you look at it this way: 40 minutes times maybe 6 more times, 7 more times, you're looking at maybe 4 hours to go from 85 to 90. You can't beat that. And also, if you turn in that many bundles, you're going to end up making probably close to 100k profit, until more people find out about this and prices drop. But you'll probably still almost all the time get profit. And especially if you're on a high population server, there's just so many botters and so many people who farm, and there's just so much competition on the auction house for end game materials. So there's always going to be stuff in the auction house for fairly cheap. Just make sure you do some research, find out what's best. You know, unless you just don't really care and you just want the XP and you're just some guy that's sitting on millions of gold that just sits around and generates gold all day somehow, some way along the yellow brick road. If you do, I hate you. But I don't really hate you. I'm just jealous and I despise you. That's a good word, despise. Anyways, this is excellent gold. In 40 minutes I probably made 20k. The only way to do that faster is buying gold, or selling carries, or hacking, or duplicating mounts, which I'm not smart enough to do any of those besides sell carries. But yeah, besides that, you pretty much have it. There's nothing more to do, and this is really boring, I know, but like I said, if you're like me, I absolutely hate leveling. I hate questing. I hate running around trying to find underground caves that I cannot find. I hate having to look on Wowhead to find out what in the world to do. And then half of the time, Wowhead doesn't even tell you, and it's filled with a bunch of trolls that have no clue what they're talking about, or information from pre-patch and then they change something. So, like I said, I'd rather just stand in one spot with my little add-ons and macros and talk to this guy repetitive times while making a ton of gold. Because there's really nothing more that you can do to level faster than this, besides like the AV and Storm Shout Brewery and whatnot. And then those aren't even that fast anymore. They're a lot slower now because they've been patched. This is pretty much all I'll do from now on until they fix this or change it somehow to the point where you can't do this anymore. Probably one of the best things I've discovered in a really long time, and I wanted to share it with you guys and make sure everybody that sees this can take advantage of it while it's open. This isn't a bug, it's not an exploit, so you're perfectly safe. It's just a really handy way to level if you have a lot of gold. That's all it is. Just like back in Wrath and Kata, if you bought the, what were they called, the waterlogged recipes, they gave probably a good 40k XP each. They're extremely hard to get and they're fairly expensive, but they're pretty much the best XP as far as easy turn-ins. The only thing you have to do is do a lot of banking or mailing or something like that, and it's not hard if you're an engineer because you have a portable bank and a portable mailbox. But yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.